against Lunalight. It is, first of all, Lunalight is one of those decks that is quite interesting as a deck choice for a YCS. Obviously, we have seen before, even in the World Championship, Tom piloting this deck with a great success, as we can call. And it is one of those decks that you want to see how it's going to adapt in the current meta state. On the other hand, we see Mitsurugi with K9. Quite a unique choice, yes, but I think a very interesting meta call.
Yeah, no yummies in the deck from Giuseppe, and let's see what kind of opener he wants to go for. We saw some of these decks YCS Lille, but now it's quite different, and wow, we hard draw a lot of Mitsurugi pieces. We are not going to use the Rabakiri effect, instead prioritizing Murakumo from the get-go.
Maybe potentially we need bodies on the field, so this is why we may actually went for Habakiri to be used as a ritual material instead of activating the effect, since we do not require to tribute Saj, for example, but we can tribute a ritual monster that is in the field instead and have Saj on the field.
I mean, I think it's a very good start here from Giuseppe, honestly. It doesn't really seem like also Samuele is interested in stopping his opponent at the moment, but we've mentioned how powerful Lunalight is, and usually it's a deck that doesn't play many hand traps. It just maybe has some field breakers for going seconds, just Dracula no more, for example. The deck is very consistent, and I think it's very annoying to play against, especially because of the fusion summons. The deck can be quite easily on the field. I think it looks promising, especially because if you're not super experienced, honestly, like the thing is, Mitsurugi with K9s, I think it's not well known as a deck. Like in general, I think this is the first time we see it in action this weekend, and again, as mentioned, maybe you cannot even expect it. So
it is one of those decks that have went under the radar for quite some time, because we probably are familiar with watching Mitsurugi with Yami, for example, or even Orkost as different strategies. But with K9, it is one of those decks that have seen some spotlight in the meta state. However, for quite some time, it was not very popular. But right now, I think K9 really show off and really show us why Zuna, for example, is a very, very good hand trap going against, for example, Dracotail.
At the same time, maybe in terms of just raw power and what we can set up, it could be an interesting thing, because I mean, maybe with the Magatama and the Great Purification, if we are on those, it could be somewhat better.
yeah, Purification is there. I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense. We talked a lot about how the card is, I think, pretty much in every single duelist main deck. And it makes a lot of sense, especially because we talked about how important it is to go first, having the card in your deck and having access, whereas, for example, at YCS Lille, the card was more played in the side deck. I mean, I really feel like it's one of those additions which, at the end of the day, can really make a huge difference.
And there it is, Great Purification added to the end, thanks to that Futsu. And now we have gone through all of our Mitsurugi rituals effects.
And I mean, you can take...
Oh, okay. That's cute.
Normal Summon Fugalos.
Yeah.
It's level 4.
And okay, we're going for Dugares. Okay.
Potentially for draw, right?
I mean, this in our YCS Lille would have often been Granite to search for either Nibiru, or if we didn't commit to the normal summon, that Fossil Dyna. That's not an option anymore. And so I guess we are just looking for more non-engine, possibly.
But you cannot add the Nibiru anymore?
Sure, not exactly
the sense that you want
as that dinosaur. Okay, so I mean, this is of course what we are used to seeing from Mitsurugi. The question is this enough? Especially against Lunalight, it will be an interesting, stare down. And yeah, we set a couple of cards face down, and now the job is on Samuele. Because I don't think we have end traps for Giuseppe.
I think he
He
doesn't.
has.
Yeah.
He
He has
does?
Izuna.
Oh yeah.
Ah, okay.
And the cool part is that he hasn't showcased any K9. So Samuel right
Yeah.
now, if he can read his opponent, he probably believes that he's into pure Mitsu. Probably.
Yeah, definitely. And here, as you can see, we start with the fractal revealing what deck we are on, but this already pretty much puts Izuna active.
Yeah, but I mean, you cannot expect an Izuna from Mitsurugi.
No,
right?
I know. Just on Giuseppe's side, I'm sure he will be happy. Because what is usually the plan for you, Mike, on how to prevent that, big monster of Lunalight from the dancer from hitting the field?
To be honest, it is quite odd to play against, for example, the Liger Dancer, because it is one of those monsters that is quite easily accessible, to be fair.
Yeah.
And it is a current boss monster, if we can call it,
Yeah.
meaning that it is one of those monsters that you need to be prepared and have an out in your deck. Otherwise, it is very difficult to out such a big monster.
I think it's super difficult, especially because with 3,800 attack points and I mean also its effect. I mean it's unaffected by cards' effects pretty much. So it's extremely difficult, honestly, to get rid of it. And I mean I really feel like this is one of the main reasons why I think Samuel is sitting on an X2 record. I mean I think the deck is very scary to play against, but also super consistent. And here on the other hand we just see the Izuna.
That's definitely a surprise, not something we have seen at all, I would say.
And
So-
as I saw from Samuel facial expression, I believe that he was not expecting that,
Yeah.
and it really caught him off guard. And in Giuseppe's side, it is quite interesting choice
Wow.
to sacrifice Impulse for K9s but mainly Izuna. Would you take this trade?
I mean, I guess it was again a read on the format, because against Dracotail, I think you do take it, and that's probably what is happening here. And the choice is Valon. Wow, putting face down the chick.
I mean, the only thing that I don't really like about this is that a Nash Knight may be a better option if we play it, because you can still fusion summon.
Take a look at that. Samuele playing games here. I was a bit skeptic about using the Murakumo, and he baited his opponent, and now the Murakumo gives him that black goat laugh to potentially stop another interruption from Giuseppe. Very well played by Samuele.
I mean, it can be activated in response to Epic Mascarena's effect to probably call for SP and hope that your opponent is not into Xylophonia.
Or also Murakumo. Ooh,
There's the
Droll is huge. We didn't see it in the end, but probably it was one of the pickups from that Dugares, and Droll is absolutely brutal. We saw it at the World Championship. It was the card that costed Tom the victory, and yeah, we are just now using that Black Goat. Yeah, that's actually quite rough.
Is there going to be any response here from Giuseppe on the polymerization? Is just thinking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, what are your options with polymerization?
It's all depending on what you have in your hand. Of course, the Perfume Dancer is not as powerful because we cannot access the spell from the deck. I mean, Leo Dancer is also threatening if eventually we can go for it.
We are probably debating about maybe prayers, and as we said before, the only part about Valon to set face down Kaleido Chick is that it can still be used as a fusion material.
Yeah. one of the few decks that can do that indeed. And as mentioned, although we cannot use one of its effect, Perfume Dancer is still powerful. Ooh,
something that
wow, that's so huge. And I mean, Giuseppe now just asking some clarification, I think.
Yeah, the heavy polymerization
Yeah,
is something that you don't really see
crazy.
often. No, and I mean, I really like it. Very nice addition here,
Yeah,
which is preventing.
Are we gonna get that powerful spell? It's always interesting because unless your opponent is playing the same colored sleeves, they will always know what card it is. And yeah, that makes it so unique. But I think it's only spells except for this black sheep.
But not the one that we want.
It's not an ideal normal summon, I'll tell you that much. Ooh, and I think it's a crazy end from Giuseppe. And there it is! Exchange! Wow.
Look at Giuseppe's.
That's so hyped. Unfortunately, that's something worth reading, of course. And you can see Samuele looking at the crowd and smiling. I mean, it doesn't work against Mulcharmis because obviously you can chain those, but it works against Drawn and Lock, and that's all that matters. And you can see Giuseppe extremely confused, but his hand is something to dream of, honestly.
Yeah, I think he has Droll, Abagiri.
I think he has Droll, Izuna,
Fuvalos.
and Fuva.
Yeah.
I think he has Lupus as well, unfortunately, but...
You take the Lupus.
Wow. Take a look at this. He doesn't chain Fuvalos, though. Because, I mean... wow. Heh.
I
What
think
do
that
you take?
he was got off cards in order to chain Fugalos. However, if he chains Fugalos, you can take, for example, Habakiri or Izuna, and he cannot activate Droll. Otherwise, he will take 2 cards for him.
Yeah.
So I think it was the correct play not to activate Fugalos.
Oh, but it's a pass. Wow.
Well, I think he gave Giuseppe triple tactics talent, actually. Yeah?
No, I think it's small word, no? Is it talent?
I think it's
I thought
talent.
it was a small word.
He can activate.
Tiba, you need to be thinking a lot before doing so. And wow, it's a normal summon Fuvalos. That's crazy because I think we took Abakiri. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I mean, Samuel recognizing he doesn't have anything, and so he's like, okay, I'm gonna take the only play you have because since he only has 1 card, you cannot normal summon. What a game!
Oh, he went
this
Fuvalos
is.
attack, yeah.
Yeah.
Take us back in time totally.
Wow.
Some old Yu-Gi-Oh!
That's absolutely astonishing, but Giuseppe has picked up Artifact Lancea, so he has so many end traps, and this is big. I mean, Lancea works alright here, because you can prevent the effect in grave if you want. Let's see if Giuseppe, but you basically have to bet that you're gonna draw something playable again. And yeah, here comes Artifact Lancea. Obviously here mainly for Malice, but we have mentioned how it works so well against other decks, and this is a good draw for Samuele, though. Finally gets to play the game. Fuvalos is gone.
However, Izuna now is live.
Yeah. And there it is, Izuna coming down. We are gonna have to use the Lupus as well. And that it is. What an interesting game this is. Yeah, I think we just send an Oroi. Or maybe not.
Change his mind, yeah.
Okay, vabbè, not that it matters all that much.
It matters with Lucaris.
Yeah, later on. Let's see. Lantern. Oh. Yeah, he's just asking the effect of that spell. Is it Valon again? It is Valon once more.
Maybe we don't play Nest Knight.
I think he's not playing it, the Mishak. No, he's not. Yeah.
Can Samuele find a way out? Only discard face down, and the Abakiri is stole. And
This is Thrust. the alternate
Oh,
towers on the
ah,
strike.
okay, I
okay.
was not ready.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's big. We are still under Lancia, but...
What do we want to access here? Polymerization is an option.
you have Poly, you have
Foolish.
Talent.
Foolish.
Foolish, no, because we have already used... it's so-so, I guess. Because heavy poly doesn't... Does heavy poly work? No. Because you have to banish. No, it doesn't
No.
work. So yeah. I mean, what do you know is in the end now? Abbakiri, you gave small word. I think it was word. I'm not too sure, ma... Does he play small word?
No, it
You
doesn't.
cannot banish
Ah,
with
no.
small world.
No, I know. I meant the one.
No,
he
I think it
gave
was another
What
thrust.
was
I think it
then?
was another thrust. Yeah.
Okay, then probably it was the alternate of trust. Yeah, makes sense. So probably Giuseppe has the trust. And yeah, it is Foolish Burial Goods. Okay, so Serenade we have, I guess.
You cannot banish.
Yeah. I guess that's it.
Pasta.
Yeah.
What did Giuseppe
Just
draw?
sending a black goat.
A ritual Abagiri.
Oh,
Did he draw the Bagiri?
is it really a Bakiri? I mean, if it's not, it's an awful draw.
Yeah.
If it is, it's a great draw. Kinda though, because we can always... Yeah, I guess we can chain and call Saji. And that makes things a bit awkward if it's a Bakiri. Yeah, it is a Bakiri.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have Droll. And that's another trust. So we have Droll, Trust, and a Bakiri. But the graveyard is empty, no?
I mean, we can activate Habakiri and make Saji.
But then we chain Black Goat, no?
Yeah, Black Goat only on the field.
Eh.
Engaged on the field.
Yeah, and then
So
it's
I-
gonna trigger in the graveyard, and you're good.
Yeah.
So that's probably what Giuseppe is thinking about. Because in that case, you wait and you're good to go. Honestly, like that's really good top deck. I don't know if. I mean, he knows everything. Because there is only one card, and it's the one
Yeah,
he
exactly.
took,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is the Aona Bakiri. Interesting.
Okay, he's just attacking.
Taking
Okay.
it slow, I guess. Just going into
The Zeus.
Zeus. Alright. Clears the field. Maybe just wants to play after. Yeah. Now he goes for the Bakiri.
Yeah.
And it not even